Hey, my name is Gaia Athena and today I'm bringing you the BookTube Trope Tag. I just saw this video on Tridhardt channel. She made this original tag and she was inspired by a discussion video by My Name is Marines. So I'll leave those links down below. I just want to mention I love Tridhardt's videos, so if you're at all interested, please go check her out. Basically, in this tag you discuss several BookTube tropes and you give your opinion on them and how if they apply to you or not. So let's just get started and I think it'll make things good. The first trope is BookTubers hate libraries, and for me that's definitely not true. I do like to loan books from the library, but I also buy a lot of books, and for me that has to do with for one, whether my library actually has the book, whether it's been translated into Dutch or not, because they have English books as well, but not so many. And also if I like to own a specific book. So yeah, I do a bit of both. I think in 2015 and 2016 I read a lot of library books. I read a lot more library books than my own books, but I did continue buying books. So in 2008 and 2017 I also read a lot of library books. In 2018 I tried to read also a lot of my own books. I started to go to the library a bit less because I also want to get to like the TBR books that I own. But I do enjoy going to the library. I think in general there are definitely booktubers out there who use the library. So there's definitely a few of them around, so yeah. The second one is booktubers are book hoarders, and I'm not entirely sure what classifies as a book hoarder. However, I do have a lot of books, but not all booktubers have a lot of books. And you don't necessarily need a lot of books to be a booktuber. Now, it is true that some tags, for example, the book scavenger hunt tag, require you to have a lot of books or to go to a bookshop or library and use those books to do that tag. But I think in general you definitely don't have to have a lot of books to be a booktuber and make videos about books. For myself, I do have a lot of books. I love my books. Books is really my number one hobby. They're really important to me. So yeah. Number 3 is booktubers hate paperbacks, and for me that's definitely not true. I love paperbacks. They're my favorite format to read in. Preferably like medium-sized paperbacks and not like huge paperbacks. I love paperbacks. I love that the cover of the book is printed on the book itself. I love how easy they feel in my hands. I do think that there is on BookTube, by some booktubers, they read the newest releases, and those often come in hardcover, or they have ARCs, which are usually paperbacks. So I think for that reason, maybe a lot of people buy hardcovers, but there are definitely also people on BookTube who read lots of paperbacks. So yeah. Booktubers only give positive reviews. For myself, it is true that the majority of my reviews are, let's say, neutral to positive, if you want to put it that way. I only make a few amount of negative reviews, but that is because I try to only read books and pick up books that I think I'll enjoy. And if I don't enjoy a book, I'll tell you about it. But I am relatively good at guessing what I'll enjoy. And another thing is that I don't think I'm as critical as some other booktubers out there. I don't know if you could say I'm more easily pleased, but I'm just not as critical of a reader. And I'm personally okay with that. If you prefer to watch BookTube like reviews of somebody who is very critical, please seek out those people, because there are more critical readers around, definitely. But I'm just not like that. It happens on occasion that I DNF a book or that I really don't like a book. and I then will tell you. But gladly I read much more books that I like or really like, or that I'm meh about, than books I really dislike. In general, I think this works, yeah, maybe similarly for other people. I like to think that, I mean, not many people like reading a book that they're not enjoying, I think. I know there's people who hate read. I don't understand that. So I think in general, people try to pick the books to read that they think they'll enjoy. And since we're all on BookTube, at least for me, I like to at least hear a review of a book before I buy it most of the time. That's not always true though. Sometimes I pick up like books that I've heard nothing about, but that usually only happens if I find them like in a library sale or like randomly for cheap. I don't often pay like full price. Well, except if it's an author I love or something like that, or it sounds really good, then I sometimes do that. For most things, I like to, if I hear about them on BookTube, I'll listen to what the person has to say, sometimes wait a few more reviews, etc. All BookTubers are just doing it for the money is number 5, and I don't think this is true at all. My channel is relatively small comparison to many other channels, and I'm okay with that, but no money is being made anywhere. And I'm also okay with that. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this because I love books and I love BookTube. I have been watching BookTube videos since 2013. I started my channel at the end of July 2018 because a couple of things happened then that I sort of felt were a sign like this is the time to do it. So I'm definitely not in here for the money, and I don't think many other BookTubers are either, because you don't make a whole lot of money on BookTube. BookTube is not as big as some of the other communities on YouTube, in which the more popular people definitely get paid money. But yeah, I don't think most BookTubers are in it for the money. I also think you can probably kind of tell if someone is in it for the money, that they're not being genuine, sort of thing. So the 6th trope is all BookTubers are teenage girls, and well, I'm definitely not a teenage girl. I am 33 at the moment, and I don't think that it is true. There are some teenage girls on BookTube, definitely, but there are also a lot of people in their 20s and 30s, 40s, 50s, well, you know, also older people. There are also a lot of people who are not girls on BookTube, such as men, non-binary people, etc. And the last one is BookTubers review or recommend books they haven't read. I think in general most people have definitely read the books that they read. I mean, like, why would you? For me, of course, I read all the books that I review. In my opinion, you can't not do it. Even at school, I always read everything. I was one of those people. Sometimes I am worried because I read a lot that maybe somebody is going to doubt whether I actually read these books. Especially since I sometimes can't remember like character names, because my memory is not the greatest, especially if it's been like a while since I've actually read a book. But I can assure you that I read all my books, and I would hope that is the same for all the BookTubers that I watch, and I think it is. Sometimes I see like a recommendations video, let's say 5 books which have a certain element or something like that, and sometimes then there is a book in that video that the BookTuber hasn't read, but then usually they put it in there based on the recommendation of someone else and they are excited to read it, but they will tell you that they haven't read it and that it comes from the recommendation of someone else. I don't think there's a lot of people out there who really like lie about it. I think if you say that you haven't read it, that helps a lot. Like in a recommendations video, I think it's okay. That was the tag. I thought these were really interesting things to discuss. This tag is relatively new at the time that I'm filming this, so I don't think many people have done it yet. But however, this will probably be a little while before it's up, And I'm gonna tag, I guess, a few of my friends on BookTube. But if you don't want to do this tag, you don't have to, so please don't feel pressured. I'm going to tag Charlie Brook, Bailey's Book Babble, Booky Lorra, Hannah from the Dyslexic Reader, Hannah from Snow White Reader, The Sleepy Reader, Kylie Graham, Anne from Book Your Imagination, I Read Past My Bedtime, Angie Rose Nomad, Mindy's Book Journey, Myn Kobayashi, Anthony Andrews, and Ola Quinn. I think that's enough people for now. I don't know if all of those people watch my videos, but most of them do, hopefully. Anyway, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but I think it's a really interesting tag. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye! This is my parents' kitchen, by the way. Hi! Look who's there. Yeah, who's there? I decided to film in a little bit of a different location. I don't always film everything in the same location, as you maybe have noticed if you've been watching my videos for a while. I'm still kind of experimenting with the lighting situation and which location works when, because there is not one specific time of day that I record my videos. Generally, if I'm recording a tag or like another kind of video that doesn't involve book reviews in some way, then I will usually record them in the morning or early afternoon when I feel best. But I like to record my book reviews just after I finish the book, and it happens more often that I finish a book in the later afternoon or even in the evening rather than in the morning. So yeah, I usually like to film my book reviews in my library room, but I don't always do that. And I also like to, if it's a tag that involves talking about books that I have to hold up the book covers and such, then I like to do that in my library room. But yeah, I'm still experimenting a bit with what works when, and also where can I film that I'm not hearing somebody else talk in the background and things like that. Because I live together with my partner and I don't want to disturb him or anything, or like have sounds in the background like this train. I don't know if you can hear that. So I'm kind of still working out. I apologize if anyone is disturbed by the fact that not all my videos take place in the same room, like, because most BookTubers videos are all in the same, usually in front of their bookcase, or are usually in the same location. So I apologize if anyone is bothered by that. I personally kind of like to see a variety of backgrounds, although I don't mind if someone uses the same one. I mean, I'm good either way, so. Okay, well that's enough rambling. This video has gone on long enough. I don't know if I'll cut this out or not. Anyway, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!